All right, hey guys, we are back. Episode 4 and 5 of Original Sin landed, and it is so juicy. I'm Megan, Ashley. We used to do the Pretty Little Liars after show, but now we're doing this. Ashley, what were
I
your
know.
immediate thoughts?
Okay, Meg, again, we're contrasting opinions. Like, my immediate thoughts, yeah, there were a couple of juicy scenes, but episodes 4 and 5 did not slap the way episodes 1, 2, and 3 did.
Really?
Yeah, it just didn't. Okay, yeah. I mean, we'll get into more detail on specific scenes, but like episodes 1, 2, and 3, I was like, maybe I'll be reeled in. Maybe this will be as good as PLL, but like with 4 and 5, like I'm just like, this isn't hitting the same way PLL is for me. Again, like I'm gonna stick through it because now I kind of know the characters a little bit more. I'm having a bigger feel for them, but like I don't know. It's not hitting the same way.
Okay, Ashley, all right, here's my challenge
Okay.
for our episode here. My challenge is to bring forth my theories for each
Okay.
scene and to
Okay.
make you change your mind because
Okay.
I think where I'm going to come from and the theories I'm going to drop on you, you're going to be like, okay. So,
Okay. 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 Fair
so like,
enough. I like the way I like
yeah.
the way you're going with this. All right. All right.
Okay. Was there anything that stuck out?
On the forefront for everyone's mind is that they're basically throwing it in our face at this point, the Karen Kelly theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Yeah.
we thought we were onto something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's totally Karen and not Kelly. And Kelly's the one
Yeah.
that died. And then the thing that I think this PLL is doing differently is they are literally, I feel like, one step ahead of us versus before the entire army was figuring it out. And I felt like the writers had to sort of skew things, but they already know our thinking.
Yeah.
So they're already one step ahead. The fact that Farron was like, I think the other one was killed. I'm like, okay, they're with us. They're with us. And and that's what I love about this, that they're already thinking ahead of something that we haven't even thought of.
Okay.
But now Farron had a good theory about, let's check to see if Karen has the same, I might get them mixed up, but has the same thing on her foot, like
the cuts. Yeah.
But they both have a cut.
Did they both have a cut? I was a little bit lost. I was like, great, I guess, not cover up with the ballet teacher explaining that whole issue that Kelly was going through, but I didn't get that they both had a cut.
I think what they were trying to say was they both did, and one of them sort of self-harmed, and the other one just was surprised that it was in her shoe. So it was still a little blurry to me, but I think the main thing that we needed to get from that was they're already assuming that the other twin died. Like, they're already assuming what we suggested, that Karen is still alive and Kelly was the one that actually died.
Yeah, they were like throwing it in our face. Like with the way that she dances, the cubby where she like took over her other locker, and that scene at the Halloween party when Karen / Kelly was having a conversation with, is her name maybe it was Tabby, I want to say,
or Farron.
I don't remember which of the girls it was that was having a conversation with her, but her acting in that scene to me was on point. Like, you could see that she had a breakdown of a script in front of her, and her intention on these paragraphs were like, on these paragraphs, I'm going to be innocent. Because in the beginning, she was like, you could see a pivot in her where it was like almost Karen and Kelly are in the same scene.
Do you mean the one where they went out to eat at the restaurant?
No,
or they were somewhere, that scene, or were they at the Halloween party?
I think it was at the Halloween party when, no, it was.
Was it the girl that was dressed like Poison Ivy or whatever?
Yes, I'm still struggling with their names. Oh, it's Farron.
It's
Farron.
Yes, her body is snatched.
She's gorgeous. And in that Poison Ivy, I was like, oh, yes, girl. Amazing. Such a perfect costume for her.
Yeah.
She looks so good. But in that scene where she confronts her and says, you know what, like, I think that you're actually Karen, in the first few lines of the scene, I almost felt like she was giving us like, oh shit, I'm caught. And in the second like half of the scene, she was like, how could you? Like, I'm going through something. And you could see like a pivot in her. So like that scene, I was like, maybe she's telling the truth, but like.
Well, and the fact that, let's just talk about how gross this is. Farron caught her making out with Greg.
Yes, yes.
Greg was Karen's guy. And now technically we're supposed to think this is Kelly. Yeah. And it's like, okay, Greg, way to swap sisters. But then now we're under the illusion that it really is Karen. So many things. And I agree with you. That is super juicy. But oh, go ahead. Do you have anything else to add?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
At first, I was like, okay, Karen, or I was like, Kelly killed Karen because she was jealous of not being like the star twin. But now it's kind of a possibility that Kelly was sent up there to do Karen's dirty work, kind of like the, like the sister that's, kind of taking the back seat, and then A killed her. So is it one of the twins killed the other twin, or is it A killed? I think it's probably more that A killed, right?
Yeah, but also if you were Karen or the twin that had this plot, wouldn't you be shook that the plan didn't work and that, someone killed your sister? Yeah. So I think Karen is in the know with A, or is really playing it off well, because it's just, I don't know. It's just the pieces. There's multiple things going on, and what's connected, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I was like, what if?
What
if Karen is A? But then like we have this other scene that which we will get to, which really I was like, this is the scene that is freaking throwing me off. But
yeah,
I don't know if we want to dive into that yet.
We can. You mean the murder scene?
Or the murder scene? Which murder scene?
When A killed Tyler in the bathroom.
No, that's not the one I was talking about. I thought that was a little extreme, but I was talking about the rooftop.
I need to talk about the I was like, are we watching Catgirl? Like, are we in a Marvel movie? I was like, what was that jump?
The jump is one thing. The voice is another thing. Please punish those who. It's like, what is that voice? Can we not taking me out of it?
What I didn't get from that whole scene was when A was like, yeah, punish the guilty.
Yeah, punish the guilty. Like, stop.
And immediately Nora has Noah is crying. And if someone said that to me, my immediate reaction wouldn't be, call the hospital.
Yes.
Get forwarded to security and be like, check my mom's purse. Like
what? You already literally jumped from building to building. You escaped him, and then you're just gonna give into the whole thing?
For me, it was the slide into the jump.
Yeah.
And he's like, come get me, you bitch. Oh my God.
Honestly, my husband was watching with me at that point. Then he got up and left. He was like, okay.
I will say the acting is good. I'm here for the cinematography, but that scene was not it for me. It wasn't
not it. It completely took me out of it. It was just like the story was moving like maybe a little too like quickly in the sequence of events of like you literally jumped over, just escaped him, and then you're gonna call within 5 seconds and like tattle on your mom. Why would you do that? Like, what?
I know. It did. It moved fast from her not getting the pizza, which I would be pissed about, by the way.
Yes. Like, I'd be so hangry. So like I waited, pizza takes forever. You're already hungry by the time you call. And then
when it got to the door, it was like one of those mini ass pizzas. I was like, girl, I know she's tiny, but like,
no. She was like, all right. She was like half cheese, half pepperoni. You know that medium would not come in a half option.
It would not. It would
definitely not.
No, that was like a cauliflower gluten-free size pizza.
100%.
I would know.
Yeah.
So that scene, hilarious. I'm totally in agreement with you. But I think for me, the biggest mystery and the biggest thing that I kept having to rewind is Minnie's story.
Yeah.
With the guy. Oh my God. Okay.
Is his name Ace?
Steve.
Wait. Am I thinking the wrong person? Oh,
dad.
Yes.
Like,
oh my God.
Creepy. Okay, so I actually rewatched that episode this morning because when I was watching it originally, I was super distracted. I was so tired. My eyes were. I was like, I need to rewatch this. So during those scenes, I actually wrote down some quotes that Steve said because I was like, this is so messed up.
Yeah.
So first, we're introduced to this character Steve via them Zooming or Skyping or something. He says, we've been chatting for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
Oh, now I can't even understand my notes.
Well, we've been trying for a week. Like, it's time for us to meet in person, basically.
Yeah. I wrote want to bump into.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't remember what that was. But you're right. They wanted to meet at.
I'm getting so warm. I'm just like, I'm putting it up in a bun.
I'm hot. Girl,
too many lights. Too many lights.
There's a lot of lights. There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of theories happening. I get that.
A lot of theories.
But then he said Rachel loved trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Now, Rachel, then we see there's like a stack of missing sheets, and Rachel is on the top, and it's this missing girl. Well, I don't know if there was a stack, but there was a bunch of papers, and it said missing Rachel, missing poster, and then they end up meeting, which is just, even though it's a dad-daughter situation, it like gives me the creeps.
Super creeps. I didn't, like when I saw that stack, I was like, oh, this is how she goes missing. And, that very well still could be true. But like my theory on this relationship is that Minnie, I don't know why I'm thinking about the army. Somehow maybe she lost her dad. Did we see an army photo or something? I don't know why that's in my head. But I'm thinking that maybe they met on a message board, and I'm really reaching with this. They met on a message board of people with lost family members, and they're kind of filling that like space for each other. Like he lost his daughter, she lost her dad, and they're kind of like connecting in this daddy-daughter situation, which is not the impression that I got in the beginning. I was like, this guy's a creep and has a fantasy with the whole costume trying on thing. I was like, wow, do not meet up with this weirdo, especially with them meeting up on Halloween. Like, wow, wait to, maybe they had like a special thing about Halloween, her dad and his daughter. So I don't know. Yeah. I just thought that was all weird, but that's what I'm going with. I think that they're filling that part for each other.
That is, I mean, that's fair.
She didn't die that night. I was like, oh, he's not going to drop her off. When he was like, can I please give you a ride? I was like, here she goes. She's going to go missing. But then she didn't.
A couple of things. I don't think he's the creepy dad because they were out to eat when we were seeing at the party. So like two different things were happening at the same time. And we know the timeline because she says, I need to go to the Halloween party.
Right.
So that kind of checks him off. But so he says, you can call me dad if you want. And then right before he brings her to the party or whatever happens, he's like, I'm so sorry, Rachel. He calls her Rachel.
Yeah.
In the car.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's fine. Okay. So then a couple things I thought were weird, or a lot of things I thought were weird. Let's dissect it. She gets to the party and there's a text message going on. So I was super confused. She has two moms.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I was like, did they do a casting change? Because at the end when she's talking, I was like, that wasn't the mom. Yeah. Okay. But two moms. One of the moms was texting her, and they were like, "I'm going to call the police. Why aren't you responding?" And she says, "I'm with my friends. Leave me alone." Then she blocks the call.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, if I ever blocked my mother, if I ever blocked Patty, she would like send the troops for me. Like no. Like,
my mom wouldn't send the troops. She'd send herself, and I would be dead the next morning from my mom for blocking her. That was a little bit confusing. That whole, how you said text messages went too quickly last few episodes. This one, I was like, I paused because we don't know the mom's names, and it was like quick. Did it say mom? Because I didn't read what it said.
Like momster or something, but I had to pause it myself. But my eyes
it was confusing.
Like,
yeah, same.
So then, she's at the party, that whole thing. And then she goes home and she's speaking with one of her moms. And she's like, don't worry. It's not going to happen again. He's gone. And I'm assuming she meant the guy that she met up with. And then she goes into her room and takes out that shoebox and has a bunch of pictures with this guy. Okay.
But I was wondering, though, if those are the pictures with the guy, or I think that's where I got the idea of the dad being in the army. Is this the guy? Like, is it half the new guy or half her dad? And like she's mixing the photos and kind of combining into one, or am I crazy?
A couple of things. So they're definitely her. And I'm going to have some out there theories. And one I just thought of. I don't know how many twin things we can do here, but what if Minnie had a twin named Rachel?
Oh.
I mean, whatever. We just have to throw it out there.
Okay, it's a stretch, but I'll go with you.
I'll go with you. Also, I don't know how this would work in theory, but I think Minnie is older than she's letting on.
Oh. What makes you say that?
Because I was looking at her style. And I was looking at this 5th episode through like a different lens.
Okay.
And I also remembered that her missing poster said date of birth.
Yes.
Like March something 1992, which doing the math would make her 30, which she doesn't look 30 to me. So I don't really know how that connects, but I think that either she was in high school, because those pictures with that guy, she's in a cheerleading outfit. I don't know. I think she might be older playing high
school. That literally did not cross my mind at all. Like that's actually pretty genius of you.
Something just isn't right with Minnie. Right. Like something is off in a very weird way. Like you were saying, the dancing. And then also think about it. She said she was Wendy from Casper, and she said, Hillary Duff. That's our generation.
I was like, I don't know what that. I don't know.
You've never seen that movie?
No.
You've never seen Casper when Hillary Duff is Wendy?
No.
Oh, girl.
I mean, I know who Hillary Duff is.
It was the second Casper, not the original.
Is it the mask that she was wearing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And she says at the party, someone's like, "Oh, who are you?" And she said, "Oh, I'm Hillary Duff's character."
Oh Casper. My God, you were onto something.
I know. And that's our we're in our 30s. So I'm like, And she tries to make herself look young, and maybe it's just her style, which is super cute.
Yeah.
But she has like these, like the little clips we used to wear.
Like, yeah. But you know what I was thinking about that? Because I did notice that about like, but that fashion is kind of in right now. So I was like, wrong. Maybe which I'm so not into, by the way, but yeah, maybe they're like trying to play that up, how that whole 90s grunge fashion is coming back. But she kind of does take it to another level more than the other girls.
Yeah.
Interesting theory. Interesting. I really like that.
I don't know. But I mean, she's got a youthful look. So she could be playing. But then again, are her moms thinking that she's just going to high school for the hell of it? Like, I don't know.
Maybe it's like something happened where I have to watch episodes again, but maybe something happened where she wanted to start anew, and like she was like, I'm just going to go back to school, start a fresh start. And they moved, and because she is a little bit more of a loner, like maybe she didn't grow up there, maybe she didn't make friends the same way. So maybe she moved somewhere else to start anew, and this is like her new fresh start.
I also think she could possibly go missing again, but the way the guy was talking and the way she was talking to her mom was that she was already a missing child. Found. Because she said this isn't going to happen again. He's gone. And the fact that the mom was so worried about her.
You're literally so onto something, because I was extremely confused in that scene. I was like, what are they talking about? Like, oh, we'll find out later.
Yeah.
That makes 100%.
Yeah. I know, girl, I told you that I was going to blow your mind.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. Okay. I'm liking it. I see where you're coming from. I'm into it. I love that. Wow.
But it does take me, and I will say it does take me, and I know we don't have all the time in the world, kind of 2 times to watch it. Because I don't absorb everything the first time. And then the second time I'm going through it with a fine-tooth
comb. Yeah. Fine-tooth comb. Yep.
But I'm like, what is the word I'm looking for? But because I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me. This whole Minnie thing does not make sense to me, and it creeps me out.
That is genius. You're a genius.
The other thing I noticed, and I'm going to try to start noticing it in more episodes. Remember, we both noticed the X pillow on Kelly or Karen or whatever?
Yeah.
The other thing that stood out to me, which I know he was dressed like Freddie Mercury, but when they were laying in the bed, high off of gummies.
Yes.
His shirt underneath had an arrow pointing to her. And I'm like, are we supposed to be looking for symbols? Like an arrow, an X? Like, I don't know. It just was a very odd choice. Unless Freddie Mercury has a famous shirt that he wore with an arrow.
I know, like, who is Freddie Mercury?
He was in Queen. Like
that song that everyone's obsessed with. Yeah.
Yeah. He was a very Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's a minor thing that I'm like trying to look for to see. But
no, like that's again, there are no accidents. Like
right.
Yeah.
Right. Everything is a clue. Everything. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of all I have with the Minnie thing. Should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. You have anything?
I was just gonna go like touch upon quickly the murder scene.
Yeah.
Again, cheesy for me. Like,
it was.
Did we have to take it that far?
It was cheesy, but in a really scary way. Like,
was it?
Yeah, I just felt like this music in the background. Maybe I'm just a wimp when it comes to scary movies, but what were they playing? The music selection in Original Sin is so good.
Yeah, no,
and I love that it's just an ongoing horror film. There's so many innuendos to Mike Myers and Halloween and Chucky and all these things.
Yeah, the Chucky they brought up, and I was like, oh, what happens in Chucky? I don't remember Chucky that well, but I was like, they referenced it. I'm curious to think about what happened in Chucky that parallels maybe a little bit into this show. But then I thought, where is his body going? Like, we saw him get put into the trunk, but like, where is he going to be found? We'll probably find out within the next few episodes, but I thought that was interesting.
But then I was trying to think, clearly A is after the moms. Mm-hmm. Clearly A is after Karen and Kelly. Mm-hmm. But like, I feel like by him killing Tyler, he was sort of defending the new liars.
You're so right.
Because we can go back to that murder scene, but because we find out at the end of episode 5 that both Tabby and Imogen, and like, hopefully this isn't a trigger for anybody.
Oh, I see.
But we're alluded to
because we don't know yet actually who did that.
Right.
Yeah, because what was the line that A said, like, on the roof, punish those who do wrong or something?
Oh, what did A say? He said, punish the guilty.
Punish the guilty. Yeah. So, like, I guess that would kind of fit into that, but I thought that A's direction was a little bit more geared towards, like, Angela.
Yeah.
But maybe it is really just punishing the guilty.
Ooh, it's like, wait. No, never mind. Sorry.
What?
No, I was going to say maybe Tyler, assaulted Angela, but then I was like, no, that's too considerate.
He would have been a baby.
He would have been a baby. That doesn't make sense. But maybe, I don't know. But yeah, Tabby is clearly very triggered with something that happened in the woods, and we never knew Imogen's baby, and now we're under the assumption that they were both at the same party.
Yes.
And this terrible thing happened to the both of them. And yes, and that Tyler somehow was involved, and that's why A is just on one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but yeah.
Something we didn't touch upon was right off the bat at the beginning of episode 4 was the bear from A that was given to Angela when she was with Margerie. I want to say is her name.
Mom's name, yeah.
Margerie. I was like, okay, like, wait, that made me think. I was like, Angela's A. Like at that point, I was like, Angela's A. She has the bear. Like she literally just Margerie gave her the bear, and now Margerie has the bear back. Angela had it. But then we hear A's voice, and I was like, maybe it is Angela's brother.
I mean, it could be, but yeah. I feel like my theory in our original show or the first one was wrong because I said I didn't trust Noah, but I kind of am thinking her mom was doing the drugs.
I think it is. And there was a text about something about your mom. I want to say Noah's mom, Margerie, throwing A under the bus. And I'm wondering if it was that incident that we saw where Margerie was saying, oh, it was her that was smoking or doing some sort of drug, not me. And I'm wondering if it was that scene that we saw that is throwing Angela under the bus, or if there's something else that, because like, I don't think that equals killing. Do you know what I mean? Like blaming your friend for like smoking weed, or like, I'm not saying that that's a cool thing to do, blaming your friend, but like, I don't think that those are like that's not extreme enough to kind of like show up at the dance sobbing and then like you end up dead.
That's true.
So I'm wondering if that is like your mom threw Angela under the bus, or if it's something else that we don't know yet.
Yeah,
obviously.
I'm trying to piece this all together because like this could potentially go down a very, very dark route, but I don't think a show would do this. But maybe
what?
Wait, this is gonna be like a really bad theory.
I'm here for it,
but it's like really sad.
I love it. I mean,
I love it. What if Kelly and Karen's dad, the sheriff?
Yeah.
Because we saw him in the car with like a young person.
Yeah. That to me is the most scandalous thing that we've seen. I'm going to go ahead and say that all season.
What if he is like the ringleader of like a sex trafficking thing? And all these girls are missing. They're being roofied. Like that's deep though. Like that
is deep.
I feel like
I don't know. I don't
think it would go that deep.
But maybe we should write this show.
Should we write the show? Like, should we call Marlene and be like, listen?
But I really do love the idea of the sheriff kind of being involved in some way, just because it's so scandalous. It's so scandalous. We didn't see a lot of him this episode though. Like the first chunk he was really prominent, but these couple episodes, like we saw him once, but it was very like, oh no, I'm gonna go search through your things. Like,
yeah, right. I don't know. It's all just everyone's suspicious to me.
Yeah,
the moms, the guys in the show, the creepy guy from the movie theater, which
this just came to my head.
Yes, love it.
The scene where Tabby like takes a moment to go step outside when they're filming.
Yeah.
It's almost like whatever this drug thing that we keep seeing this theme of, like, it's almost like she's under drugs or something, or like it's almost like she gets drugged. It's almost like the time that she took to step outside was longer than the time, like her perception of the time of her being gone.
Yeah.
was shorter than the actual longevity of time. So like, what is happening there? Like she comes back and Chip's like, I already shot it. I thought that was weird. I'd be like, no. Like you don't, that was weird to me.
Cause it made you think she was gone for 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. Like I thought, okay, she stepped outside, got like maybe 5 minutes. And he made it seem like, dude, you were gone forever. So we just did it.
And he's like, I tried to call you. And then she said, I didn't have my phone. He goes, I know. It's like, well, then why the F did you try to call me?
Yeah.
If you saw my phone there.
Oh.
Unless he rang it and then realized, it was it. So that could have been it too. But
yeah.
Yeah. And then she watches the scene back. And she like, they focus on Greg's face where he's like smiling. It definitely was that group of Smurf Smurftoids, you know? That they just are not. Yeah, they just are like the, bros and like whatever. She was roofied, especially because at one of the parties Chip offers her a beer. This might have been the first 3 episodes, I can't remember, or 4th, but she said, "Was that open?" And he said, "No."
Oh.
They were definitely roofied. Definitely.
Yes. I'm like, why that whole scene where she was watching it back and she paused, I was like, what are we looking for here? Do you know what I mean? Like I did, she was pausing it, watching it, like maybe looking like, is this my vision? Rewatching the scenes, but like I didn't get why they did this pan in close up of his smile. Maybe it like created a little bit of a flashback for her, or I was thinking like, oh, is she going to edit this to include the scenes that she's been filming in the locker room? Like, how she keeps placing. I'm like, why are you placing these hidden cameras? Like, I thought she was going to edit it and show it in class.
Well, you bring up
those
something else.
Scenes.
Okay, this is all coming together. Yes, I think she has the hidden cameras because she's trying to catch someone admitting, because where are boys in the locker room? A couple of things off of that. So when Minnie goes down to get snacks because she has the munchies, Tyler came over to her and was like, "Hey, Tinky Winky, let me get you a drink." And she's like, "No, I'm good."
Hold on, I'm a little bit lost.
Okay, so it was Minnie at the Halloween. So they were on gummies, and she says to Freddie Mercury, "I'm going to go down and get us some snacks." So then she goes down to where the party's happening. She's at the table and she's getting a snack. And then Smurf guy, well, not Greg, the other guy that ends up dying, goes up to her and says, "Hey, you're looking cute, like Tinky Winky. Let me get you a drink." And she's like, "No, I'm okay."
I remember.
So then someone hands her a drink, and then cue Tabby into the scene. And she goes, "Don't drink that." So these are all clues as to like, yes, this, this crew of Smurfs are bad dudes. But then, and I can't remember when it was said. I think it was during that same scene. I can't remember who said it, if it was Tyler or Greg. I think Tyler. But someone said something about having a video of what happened. I think there's a video of Tabby.
You think?
Yeah. Of when it all happened. And I forget the scene, but I remember thinking like, ooh, that was, I don't know.
I did not catch that. You're too good. But something else that kind of ties into that is earlier on in these couple of episodes, there was a scene where they were in the bathroom. I think maybe it was Tabby, runs into the bathroom to like hide, or runs into one of the stalls to hide, and she's listening to their conversation. Yes. And he says like, "Oh, I didn't finish," or something like that. I'm like, this is gonna tie in. This.
Oh, definitely.
Like, did they say a name about who they were talking about? I can't remember.
Think so. And also, I'm still getting confused between Greg and Tyler. Now I don't need to, because 100%. I'm like,
I couldn't tell if it was because they were all in this freaking Smurf costume, but I was like, who is who? Like, we need name tags. You guys have blue paint all over. You were just meeting you. This is like the second time we've seen you.
The only reason why I knew who was who is because they say Tyler. And I thought Greg actually initially died. But then when I went back to watch the scene, I like rewind so many times. It was Tyler, and then Greg's still alive. So now
Greg's still alive. Okay.
I don't need to worry about them anymore because Tyler is clearly deceased.
Okay.
But this A, though, is way more vicious, I feel like, than original A.
Yeah, completely. What do we think about, what is the ballet partner's name? What do we think about him?
Oh wait. No. Is that Tyler?
I was about to say, is he
No, I think he's Taylor. Oh, casting. Come on.
You guys, really?
Wait, I need to confirm.
We need to look that up, because was the ballet guy one of the Smurfs? Was he the one that died? Okay. I need to no, I really need to watch this again, because I was like, that's really nice of them to adopt him like that, I guess, because they all seem like football players or something.
Yeah. Okay. Wait.
IMDb. Scroll.
Oh, wait. No. It says there's a Tyler, a Wes. Is his name Henry? It might be Henry. Is it this? Is this the ballet kid? I think. Is this the ballet kid? Oh, hang on.
Oh, it might be. Henry. Really? Okay. I need more time to digest their names.
What they play?
He plays the ballet dancer.
Yeah, right? Would it say that?
No. But I just thought it was weird that not weird, but he brushed off Tabby's theory so quickly. Like, if anyone knows how Karen dances, it would be him, because they've been dancing together for so long, is the the perception that I got. So like, I don't think that someone can improve that much in ballet overnight. I just thought that was weird, because he seemed like really helpful and sweet in the beginning, and he's still sweet. I just thought that like he brushed off the theory a little too quickly with the like toe cuts or whatever.
I like that. I like that. And I agree. And I didn't think too much about that until you just said it. That's true. The other scene I wanted to talk about, that in the last one I have written down, like in terms of that was really on my mind, not really even any clues from the scene, just I thought an incredibly acted scene on behalf of Bailey Madison, the scene with the Ouija board. And she's with all of her friends, and she just has a breakdown. And she's just like, give me one, like, just move it, like what, like fuck you, mom, like it just, I was like, oh my, I felt that scene. I felt like we needed something like that from her.
There was a little bit, they paused a little too long when they were all hugging at the end, like trying to comfort her. I was like, oh my God, the Ouija board is going to move. It's going to say something.
I'm glad it didn't move, because you know how I feel about the paranormal.
Oh yeah. And her mom introducing her to a Ouija board, my mom would do the opposite. My mom would be like, stay away from that.
Yes.
Also Imogen first of all, Imogen ruining the deal. As a realtor, I would be like, listen, Imogen, you're not staying with me. I don't care about where you go, but stay away from your house. Okay. And then her throwing a party, a fundraiser to save the house. Like, you're going to cover the mortgage. Not realistic.
Yeah. Okay? Like, everyone pays the fee. I'm going to pay off this house. It's like,
you know what? I want to buy a house. Why don't we all do a PLL fundraiser?
Yeah, right. Let's do a big party.
And on Saturday night, you're throwing a huge party like that. Wow. I think you're going to have an open house on Sunday. You're not going to clean up in time.
Oh, heck no.
Yeah.
And who do we think is calling her? That called her that name?
Yes, great question. It's definitely a guy, because we heard their voice.
It could be Minnie's dad. It kind of sounded like him.
I was thinking, what if it's the other guy that Minnie is meeting up with? What if he was friends with the mom?
Yeah.
The moms. And like,
could be.
I would have loved that if they all went to school together and they somehow know each other. But it's not because we already, like, the timelines, like you mentioned, like, A was at the Halloween party when he was with Minnie, so it can't be A. But that would be a juicy little tie-in if they actually know each other.
But I think the call may have come to her after Minnie already showed up at the party, I think. So that could have been it. And then called her the next morning when they were all cleaning up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all, see, I'm in. Girl, I'm in.
Yeah. No, okay, like, now that we're talking about it, I'm like, okay, but like, I don't know. Like, maybe because you're watching the episodes a couple of times, maybe I need to do that, because like, you're catching all of these things that I'm like, oh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
And
it's definitely because I watch it twice, and I know like who has time to do that. But
I just maybe original PLL, because we were so familiar with the characters and the way they act and stuff like that it was easier to follow along. But now that we're trying to get to know this new group of liars, like, maybe it just takes a couple of times to watch it to really catch all of these little details.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if there's anything else that I wrote down. Oh, well, okay. Go ahead.
Did you see it?
Just like that line where Karen was like, "You just be a queen, girl," or Karen Kelly. That was the first time where I was like, they're telling us.
Yeah.
They're literally telling us. I do love, there was like an opening scene where when they like made Angela go throw that poop on the door.
I know.
Like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Great costumes. But what the hell is wrong with you guys? Great costumes.
I know.
And then she's just standing there like, poor, I feel really bad for Angela, but it's like, girl, run. Why are you standing? Are you waiting for them to open the door with the poop? Run.
Right.
You got 2 legs. Let's do this.
Right. Yeah. But
go ahead.
No, never mind. I was going to say maybe that house is where she got kidnapped, but I'm like, no, we saw Angela die at the warehouse.
Right.
Is there a missing poster? No, there's no missing poster for Angela.
No, but again, I still have that theory, but like I don't really know how it's working out anymore. I still have that theory that she's alive. I don't really know if it's still adding up, but I just think that there's something weird about no one calling and then 2 days later, and it's all weird to me. It's all weird to me. But
I just feel like if you're going to see someone take that fall, like how do you take that fall? And
what fall?
Angela.
You mean Angela? Did they see her fall?
Yeah, I think she like fell the same way that Karen / Kelly fell.
Right.
Like
because it was
fell
at
off
the
top.
or not,
I don't know if anyone. We don't know if anyone pushed her.
One thing that I just thought of because I thought of the rave, it was almost like Tabby's flashback. I don't know if flashback's the right word, but when she was having one of those moments, it's almost like she was seeing a rave. Like, I can't remember if it was after when she stepped outside, when she was having a moment while they were doing that scene, shooting that scene.
Because I think it
looked like she was in a rave, like in a cornfield or something.
Yeah, because I think where she was when she was having that panic attack was in that cornfield where she was looking at it.
Oh, she was looking at it.
Yeah, or what she was looking at reminded her of where she was in that whatever field it was.
Yeah, the cornfield just kind of, it made me feel like it tied into like what happened to the moms that night with Angela. And I don't know why. It kind of gave me that feel. But yeah, those are all the theories and the scenes that like really stood out to me this
I feel
week.
like
do you have any
right
others?
Now, no, that was like the main stuff I wrote down. But I feel like right now we have almost a board of like, all right, this is what we think is happening over here with Minnie and her dad. This is what we think is happening with Karen and Kelly. This is what we think is happening. But like how they connect, I still don't freaking know.
Yeah. And that really just gives me that PLL feel because it all kind of pieced together somehow. There's just a lot of storylines going on right now. And because we're just not as familiar with the characters, it's a little harder for me to grasp. But I'm excited to see how they all come together because that's when you're like, oh my gosh. So
wait, I just thought of something. Sorry. Yeah. I just thought of something. I was thinking about that scene that we were just talking about. I'm sorry. If you were directing something and I was playing one of your characters and I, as your friend, noticed that you're having a panic attack, I'd give you a minute, but I'd come out and check on you.
Would you know that I'm having a panic attack?
Like I felt like the way she left was in a very like perturbed way.
Was it?
Sorry for Chip or Farron not to notice or care and to kind of come out and make sure you're all right. That's weird. I didn't think
that
about
is
that
weird.
Now.
And I also got these couple of episodes, like before I felt like Chip was obsessed with Tabby, not like obsessed, like creepy, but like so sweet and so like smitten and head over heels for her. And that him doing that did not give me that same vibe. Like if you really like this girl, you're going to say, no, you guys, like, let's wait for her, please. Like not, oh, you took forever, so I filmed it. Like it just didn't give me that same Chip energy. Like, is this the same guy that literally risked his job to show this scene for you? Like, is Chip's the same? They know each other at school, right? And they both work together at the movie theater.
Yeah. There was a scene where they were presenting their case to the class, and Tabby was saying something like, "We're gonna recreate the scene from Psycho, just in the opposite way." And they kind of showed Chip like crossing out something, and then they kind of do a close up on him, and then right behind him is a poster of Norman Bates from Psycho. And I'm wondering if maybe each character that's sketchy, they're trying to make from a famous horror film. Like maybe Chip is sort of Norman Bates. A is Mike Myers. I don't know. I don't have anyone else, but like, I don't know.
Because I did, when he was crossing it on the board, I was like, ooh, this is definitely a PLL kind of clue. Because he crossed out all of them except Psycho, like he underlined. And I was like, I don't know the premise of Psycho well enough to know like the whole sheboygan of it, but like
no, me neither, other than just like the shower scene. And then when I used to be a tour guide at Universal on the tram, we used to have like, you've been on the Universal tram before, right? You go up and then you go to the Psycho motel, and then Norman Bates would come out and like throw a body in the trunk. It was like a whole scene. And then the tram people were like, "Oh, we have to get out of here. Come on, guys, go tram." Whatever. That's really all I know about it. But
I watched that new show. What's like with Norman Bates and his mom.
Oh, the mom.
I don't know I wonder what the whole mom thing is, but eventually it's all gonna click.
Creepy incestual kind of thing.
Oh, right. Yeah, there totally is. They're totally like, you can't differentiate. Like, is there something sexual there? Is there not? Like,
yeah, it's like creepy. Oh God, there's so many things.
There's so many things. Maybe that's a little clue about the mom doing some, like one of the moms kind of being inappropriate in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Man.
Maybe next week we'll reveal some more clues. I guess
I think so. So wait, I was trying to look. So are 2 more episodes coming out?
Which is so crazy that the season's going so fast. But I don't like that.
We're already halfway through.
How many episodes are there? I thought there were 8.
I think there's 10. I thought there was 10.
Good. That's good. Because I'm like, it was way too quick.
Episode 6, Original Sin, I think. Sin. Let's see. When does it come out?
Are you looking it up or should I look it up?
August 11th.
August 11th. Okay, so next Thursday, just kind of like.
And that one's 11th. Titled Scars.
1 episode or a couple?
I don't know. I just typed in 6. Oh, chapters 6 and 7 promo.
Chapter 6. August 11th. So episode 6 and 7.
Which would be next Thursday. Yeah. So Thursday nights is when it's gonna come out.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I am so excited.
I love your theories so far. Like, I wish that like you were just I just need to watch it a couple of times and pay closer attention. The first time it's just like my entertainment watch. The second time, you're right. It's the fine tooth comb.
Yeah. Because that's what I was doing. I'm like kind of watching, but then I'm getting like tags or I'm on Instagram. You can't.
Exactly.
You can't with this show.
I know.
I keep going to miss something. I know. It's hard. It's hard. But I am so glad we get to dissect this. Thank you to everyone who watched. Yes, and also we are on the iHeart app too, but you can kind of watch wherever. And yeah, we'll be back next week with another episode.
Woo. See you guys then. Oh my God, I saw people's thumbnails doing that and it looked actually cute. We should do that. We'll take pictures afterwards.
Okay, I love it.
I thought it was cute. Okay.
All right. Bye, guys. Oh my God. Okay.